はもう疲れた。まだ誰か残ってあれ。
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty League Kickoff Classic, and we are kicking off Sunday with a humdinger. The London Royal Ravens going up against Paris Legion. This should be a ton of fun. We're trying to get 2020 started right. You know what I mean? It was a rocky beginning, but I think we're in a good place now, Chance. Let's get into this one. We've got a fantastic series ahead of you. Actually got great games all day long. We're glad for you to be joining us here on this one. There's a lot.
Any like hot of them.
Miami search and destroy, but very low. Not so changes every 150 the top. Big hard CDL break all the languages. But here we go, Chance. Quick early predictions for this one, mate. I mean, where are we going?
Well, that's actually the issue, right? Like we just have basically no information on watching them just optic, but maybe probably the most like under the wraps, kept in the dark team we have in the league right now. So everything we're learning about these guys, we're doing it on the fly.
I love that. It's a trial by fire. Get it? Because his name's Fire. Let's rock and roll, boys and girls, as we go. I'll stop those maybe at some point. But as we get into this one, starting to move things forward, I think there may be a slight technical issue, as I'm sure you can see in Chance. It's a sweet amount of cash, especially those pay
in the hill. XM4 I think
looking to cement
out over towards that silver crate, gets spotted out, gets tagged up one shot, and then as soon as they get that other kill, Zera's like, hey, I already know it's towards.
London Royal played back to us now. Well, let's see what happens.
That is the difficulty that comes with Garrison. We'll see if either of these teams can pull something out of the bag, or on defense, just stuff them completely and don't even let them give it.
Well, let's see what happens. I'd love to have the comms played back to us now as these opening gambits unfold. Time for an Astro Gaming listen in with the London Royal Ravens.
I went back. Hit me, ball. He's pushing down now. Go.
Oh, he'll come out, we can out.
He could have got 2 bricks in, he could have got a break.
Yeah, he could have.
Let's do a break close.
I'm already fucking out.
B one shot, guys.
I'm out, man.
We got A, B1 shot. Win, low mid. Left mid. He's mid, you see mid.
Oh, he's just holding mid, back right.
He's on A, guys.
One might have mid, might have mid.
Stay down, coming over. I'm pushing the green,
It's close. Yo, wait, Jack, come out. Wait.
Have your pack close,
He's like outside hill.
Alright, okay.
クラシック一人だけバーケモンみたいな成績してるもん。うまい。
Need from plat.
One shot, Aqua. I'm going there.
Nice. They get to your bottom of the goat. I made right, but to be honest, I got right. I'm on the
Paris aggression slowly but surely they're on the B point, but Chance, I mean, London's comms relatively calm. Everyone sounds in control.
I'll take your word for it. Just in case he's the resident translator. But yeah, comms sounded absolutely great. I mean, I hear trophies getting mentioned quite a bit. Of course, players calling out when they're making sure they rotate back towards A. But either way, this is one of those potential good opportunities for Paris. You get clearance past Briggs. Zero's going to get taken down by Fire. Now you have 2 players. They have options to spawn kill Zero repeatedly, or they can just swarm on the point. Looks like number 3 is looking for the spawn kills. Everyone else trying to rotate. You see the feed, though. A couple players on Paris are going to fall. It means those spawn kills before more important. Aqua's going to fall. Scrap's now the last man left. He gets dealt with, and that is a phenomenal job on defense, knowing exactly when the players on the A point can wrap back for the Ravens. Very well done.
Yeah, great recovery. That could have got ugly fast, but at this point in time, both teams very even in the respawns remaining. 9 now for London after a couple of kills go the way of Paris Legion sitting at 11. Alex back onto the point. 50 seconds remaining here in this defensive round for the London Royal Ravens. We're going to see Paris making a concerted effort as they try now to push back onto the point. 2 of them making their way through the light side of the map. That's going to be Shawnee on the defense there. Dylan trying to watch towards the arches, the brick side of the map. And it's a 4-man stack up. You can see on that mini-map, it's starting to get a bit close there for Paris. But they're opening now.
ファーリーはちゃんと人数揃えてセンター押すけどうまいな。その後ろを挟む形で。
All 4 dead there for Paris Legion with 20 seconds remaining. They dithered a little bit. defensive
Oh, this
gameplay now
could-
being punished. London Royal Ravens on the offensive. 15 seconds remaining. They are pushing them to the very, very brink of the map, all the way to the very back. Now, no more
どん
lanes
ど
to
ん
be
の
worked
前
with.
線が
Final 10
高くな
seconds
ったけ
chance.
ど、これは
The
ちょっと
first
厳しい。
round looks to be going towards the defensive squad. Now it's a matter
お
of
っと、
just
まだ
finding
耐え
the
る。
kills
いや、
again, trying to see who can
お
get
い、
that potential round 5 in the end, but the
こ
Ravens
れ
will
は
take
強
the
い。
defense.
Dude, and clean plays from Shawnee towards the end as well. Stays alive all one shot, picks up another 2 kills. At that point, as soon as you get those kills in the middle map for the Ravens, they're just looking for as many kills as possible just to run that life count up, because obviously you'd want defense for the round number 5 should you get there. So that's just a wonderful play call coming
いや、
out
ロンドン
too.
しっかり端
I
から
don't know which
挟んでう
players
まかっ
were in
た
the
な。あれな
back
かっ
for
た
the
ら、
Ravens over towards
もう
those
パリが
tanks,
取っ
but
て
they
るけど。
called out like, hey, there is all 4 players stacked up over towards square, past the middle of the tanks. And they said, all right. So the players that were on the A point rotated out through green, shot those players in the back, get the clean wipe. And that is just a devastating moment. So, yeah, London making sure not too passive, not allowing too many opportunities, and making sure they take the fight towards Paris. Fantastic
読み
stuff.
方これなんて読んだろう。
We
セ
gave
ン
London
リ
the listening on the defensive round, first time round. It's only fair that we give Paris a shot now. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for an Astro Gaming listening with Paris Legion.
おお、なんか燃えた。
Push me close arch. Fuck me.
おお、これは A が取れてるのはでかいロンドン。ゼロが前線を押すけど、おっと、ここファイヤー落とす。で、A はしっかり守らないといけないから、その間に B がゲージが進んで。A も1ゲージまで取れたんかな。クラシックが挟みに行ってるけど1枚返せない。
On B again.
Push down mid. At the top cat. Making cat.
Shawnee
Low mid square. Low mid square.
No trophies on B.
Mini top green with you. I'm in
Top
top green
green,
with you.
top green.
Don't have any fears, not speaking French at this point in time. Paris Legion sounding very calm.
思ったよりパリ結構アクション起こすな、この段階でも。結構どこのチームももうある程度はビしてるけど、結構パリ。
will be stopped for them. Classic now on the offensive, trying to make something happen here, push these players back. A with a single tick as well, so it's been a very solid start for London, let's say, in the offense.
Yeah, and I will say it's a very sort of standard sort of set of plays that Paris have been running for. It is just constantly flooding that pressure up through the middle of the tanks, flanking these guys when they're trying to capture B, but they've had a great deal of success with it so far. 2 life advantage and not a ton of tick progression as well on the hill. Alex clearing everything out. Noseman is it like runs out of ammo.
Oh my god.
Stays alive for just a moment. Clash is going to get traded out onside the actual point. Third tick nearly coming through, and based on the spawn, it looks like Paris, they're
パリはこれはもう B 諦めの形で A 固めだ。
You need to make sure they stay not necessarily stagnant, but nice and controlled. Make sure you never give up top green. And Aqua, well, he gets cut down in the middle of the map. Paris, maybe a little bit of fear of potentially getting over aggressive here.
Yeah, B's gone, gives them a minute on the clock. London with 6 lives left.
クラシックここで単独裏取りだがカバー入る。
Starting to get towards the business end of this game.
やっぱカバーが早いな、このレベル。
Are able to be made right now. Paris with a 2-man setup towards that top of the tower. Then we've got players in the middle of the map. Alex has got to find an opening here. 50 seconds now remaining. London are down to their 3rd respawn. Starting to run out of opportunities here. Good trades coming through. So what you want to see. But Paris holding the line as admirably as they
チケ
possibly can.
ットはまあそこまで
Players
変わ
now
んない
towards the
けど
back.
パ
That
リ有利
mini
か。
map again. The spread right now for Paris. They're doing what they can to make sure that no one finds a way through. If London do manage to get in, that's where things get a little bit dangerous. But for right now, Paris on the defense has held. 20 seconds have passed since that last check-in on the clock, and it started to get red. Dealing with a nice
Oh,
chance.
いい反応。
Oh boy, it's 3 kills. Aqua's going to hold the line for now, but this is an opportunity for London to get on the point. But they've got to go fast. There's the stop clock.
ゼロが地点をなんとか入って秒
Alex
数を
now
止
trying
め
to
る
push
が
that front line forward while Zero captures.
後続が続けるか8番が前線取れてる。
This is a 4v4 private team. No respawns remaining. You got cuts to the middle of the map. Dylan and
おっと
Alex
パリが2枚並べて、おっ
able to
と
find
これは
Aqua
結
and
構
Fire
パリ
able
有
to
利
get
なんじゃないのか。
2v2. Both the players for Ravens are on the point. Fire cannot win the gunfight.
さあお
Aqua there
互い
for the
もうない。
trades.
1v1。
and still on the point. Only half the progression's gone through. Aqua has a moment to breathe.
This is it. It's a 1v1. He's got to dive straight on the point, go for the contest. Zero's got no idea where he's going to come from. It's a 1v1 for the round. That's all it come down to.
Oh, so
he slides out and guns him. Oh, we love us some control. 2-0. Quite a
EU
surprise.
ping. That was pretty good. EU ping though, not a problem for Zero. That is a quick challenge towards the end as well. Nice little slide into it. But again, that was sort of my concern. Just maybe a slightly over-aggressive setup from Paris. It wasn't a main factor towards the end, but there was moments where they just leave one player top green and have everyone else just watching the middle of the map, or even making those commitments to jump out of green, try to shoot these players in the back. We saw the Ravens do it successfully. But it seemed like when the Ravens made that call, they waited for them to have all of the information of all 4 players are there. You can shoot them all in the back. When there was a bit more of a spread when Paris tried to try it on defense. But either way, offensive round win. Ravens have to be feeling pretty good.
It was a tight one as well. I mean, you can't have it work out like that every single time. But wow, a lot of fun. A's are up already.
防衛のロンドンが枚数を並べて、そのままゼロ抜け出す。
Letting the latency kick in and truly try to understand how the game feels at that pace.
だけど、これも
and the Ravens are already on the offense now.
パリ側も気づいているから警
They're
戒
trying to
は
draw
し
sort
て
of
い
a line in
る
the。map. Keep the members of Paris Legion as tucked in that corner as
さあ、
possible.
ここゼロ1枚持っ
Zero
て、
can't
さ
quite
す
get
が
it
に
all
カ
done
バー入
himself.
る。
And after once again with the XM4, now starting to make a little bit of clearance, a little bit of groundwork. They've still got a long journey back to those B points, 50 meters to be precise.
上が
This
り
is
が
going
し
to
っ
be
か
a
り見
tough
て
one.
るから。
Shawnee's got green.
パリ
Ravens in
も
a
ちょっ
very,
と
very
時間
strong
がな
spot
い
now.
のが。
Just slow and steady approach. 1 kill at a time. That's what it's going to take for Paris.
Yeah, Zero up top. He's just dodging every single nade from every single player. It certainly seems like finally a little bit of clearance towards his actual B point. 2 bodies on it right now for Paris. Couple trades coming through. Keep in mind the lives, yes, are even, but only 35 seconds left on the clock. Obviously, if you get B, you get that additional time, but still a lot of time has been wasted by the Ravens just because of their strong early start. Now, though, trying to force their way through lights. Easy gunfight wins for Fire. Of course, though, making sure you keep A secure as B surely is going to fall. And Scraps potentially using a nice little spot over towards Square. Maybe an opportunity for him to make a play. As you can see, Ravens swarming around this actual A point.
Yeah, point B's gone. Towards A we go, Fire. It's a 7-3. Dylan finally puts him down. We extinguished the flames while that run was getting to go, and Alex finds himself 2 more. So, London now. I've got to slow this
ロ
down.
ンドンがチキッと
Try
近
to
づける。
deal
お
with
っ
these
と、これで
attackers
4
one
枚
by
目。
one. Paris is going to take 1 solid push once they're going to break through. Same rules apply for hard point. The spawns are just locked. You know, this is not an easy position to break into. Fire and Scraps.
スクラップのいい
Trying to
と
win
こ
their
見て
initial
る。
gunfights. Classic finds one as well. And now we're starting to see a little bit of an approach here. The reinforcements coming through from Paris Legion. Those 4 members now. It's going to take 1 push. Scraps from up high here. This is a great spot to be in for now. They have to overwhelm the remaining members of the Ravens. Slow and steady. Once again, they want to do this clean. They don't want to make too many mistakes. There's your PIP. We're also seeing those players hit that other angle of attack. Shawnee's going to find one in the back end, and here we go. Any moment now, these players are gearing up to just take that wind-up punch and get onto the point, because the clock is ticking, gentlemen. You got 30 seconds.
And they just can't get anything. Scraps has been waiting up top for so long. He's hoping his teammates can do something around back for him to make a move, and maybe somewhat of an opening, but they have not enough pressure towards the back of the map, so Shawnee's going to be here for the fights, and they're not even winning them on the back end. Classic has gotten through. They pushed it back. You can see Shawnee's there waiting. Aqua able to pick up 2 kills, trying to do it himself. He's on a 3 spree in the approaches
You
here.
got 5 seconds. Someone getting on the point. Someone's going to contest. Contest. Jump on the point. Someone. Anyone. さあ、残り0秒。 That's it. It's over.
間に合わない。
It's done. It's a 3-0. There was no opportunity whatsoever to get near that one. The kills came through in the end. And oh boy, Chance, it's a 3-0 on control. London, for me, frankly, a shock. Very, very surprised. Not because of the 1v1 victory from Zero in the second round there, but just, you know, offensive rounds and 1 offensive, 2 defensive wins. All in all, impressive stuff.
I mean, it's great. That's about as much as a dominant Garrison performance. Spawn kills, and on defense, just the mistakes that Paris was going to make over towards there. So 2-1 lead in the series, man. The S&D looked incredibly clean on checkmate. The Garrison control looked on point as well. Question is, will you be able to take a hard point down against the Legion?
You know it's screw up you take.
The battle for the North. Ravens just putting them down. Florida gets the W. Pristini wins the battle versus brother.
やっぱオフラインで見たいよな。
This global team all year to win their home series event. Congratulations, subliners. Envoy going.
Oh, I can't believe it! Envoy with
One of the greatest debuts in the history of Call of Duty esports.
Congratulations to the Florida weekend. Your 2000.
Nothing that he can do.
He's kick for $1
シカ
million.
ゴって去年優勝したっ
Still got the
け？
Battle of the North coming up after the match, but just before the match and the match group.
これだいぶ長い
Can I
け。
get some vibes on the?
そうか。
Need to be on anything. I'd say for being excited for all the British fans out there.
Much love to the British fans still out there, and you've wrapped up nice and warm. Obviously, a lot of snow across the country at this point in time, but here we go. Nice and warm.
できなかった。
British fans out there.
Much love to the British fans still out there, and you've wrapped up nice and warm. Obviously, a lot of snow across the country at this point in time, but here we go. Mate, right off the rip. That's the first kills from Dylan. Quick contest. We're going to see a lot of contestants. Alex can't quite find any more from there. Again, back and forth we go. You thought the trades were going to be great on Search and Destroy. Well, it's going to be something else here in the hardpoint. Firing Classic, trying to just push this one back. Nice bit of a hold for now. And again, not a lot of hardpoint time garnered from the top of the plane. It's not an easy position to get a lot of time from. Again, still looking towards that next one. Down by the yellow container to the sort of left or behind Classic right now. You'll see that appear on the minimap in 10 seconds time. A wonderful addition here.
クラシックがいいけど、これはしっかりうまく逃げて、カバ
Minimap
ーの
telling
車
you
線。
where the next hard point will be.
あれ？ディランやられて
That
拾
has
ったん
been
か。
beautiful work by Dylan. In all honesty, he was playing in the back of the map. That's what Classic was trying to hunt him down. And he repositioned and effectively gave up those spawns just for a moment. And that's to let Shawnee come and help him out. So that is some clean and efficient work coming out from the Ravens. And again, that is just an indication of how good their communication must be in those moments. Either way,
いやー、
obviously
す
down
ご
by
いな。
about
ファリ
3
ーをしっかり
points.
ま
We
と
see
まって
quite
る
a
から、
few players
打ち合いがどん
on
ど
the
ん
side of the
勝
Ravens.
って
They're
るけ
all
ど
in that back
こ
corner.
れでスクラッ
Scraps
プ
on
で
the
一気に地点まで
aggression,
行
just
くけど、これ
trying
は
to flood in through back orange. Ends up just getting
Kai
pieced
Machi.
out as he's going to fall. You see Classic trying to work his way on the backside. Very scattered approach, in all honesty. I'd say right there from Paris. You got Classic under Finn. You got what? Scraps trying to flood in through back orange and his teammate 5-6 seconds behind him. So maybe not the best coordinated push, and the Ravens will be happy for it. They're going to be poised up to get those final 25 seconds. Not a problem. Have a nice little lead as they attempt to start rotating around the map to see if they can get any sort of control.
Control is what they're trying to be looking for right now. Again, they will get in the next 10 seconds, there's no doubt about it, but will they be able to do too much about the next hard point? Directly underneath the plane now will be our next. The Alex managed to win a couple of good ones, and it has been a hard-fought battle. Fire wins another one. Trades once again. Is Classic going to kill Dylan? It could be the case. There it is. Trades once again, back and forth. Difficult to string them together as teams. Zero wins a big one there against Classic. Aqua trades him out. Now, who's going to trade out Aqua? It's back and forth. It truly is a game of ping pong right now. But all things considered, they've kept everyone off the hard point. Aqua finally goes down. Shorty and Alex get a bit of work done. Scraps now up next to the hard point. Dylan from way up high manages to cut him down.
メンバー決まってません、私たち。困っております。助けてください、シャムさ
Will
ん。
they be able to garner too much more? Classic looking for an angle. A nice two-piece from Aqua there. Fire finds another one.
誰かいい人いたら教えてくだ
Their
さ
feathers have
い
been。plucked for now. Classic finds one more. Time now in the hands of Parasleep.
And you can just see how difficult it is on this hill just to stay alive, man. Like it is every single quadrant of the map you can get picked apart from. You got angles of ARs you got to deal with by Shawnee. There's so much that goes on, and it's so rare that you can ever truly get the trophies you want in hill.
やっぱもうみんな M4 使い出してるな。
Not easy to lock down at all.
周が M4 な気がしてきた。
The A Street Hill, also not the easiest one in the world to lock down. You see the point that Alex has set up. He's underneath the plane. Hopefully he can just go back and forth and check the alleys. You got Shawnee doing the same thing from over top. And this plane control, this is the power position from Shawnee, right? Check the middle of the plane, check the left alley, come back out, and then help your teammates inside the actual point. I think unfortunate timing for him. He doesn't quite check it, so Aqua ends up taking that power position. You'd see the benefits of it. He was able to pick up 2. His teammates can push out the hill, and this is clean work from Paris. Much stronger job on the A Street hill.
Just managed to get it done with the solid
20秒どうすんだろう、ロンドン。とりあえず飛行機の中取りに行くんか。
Just a bit of timing doesn't quite work out for them.
やっぱこういうとこで前いっぱい行っちゃダメなんだろうな。俺らも行っちゃうけど。
A little bit of plane control, but now you go back over towards the crate sills. This is wide open space, very, very little cover to hide behind. Trophy systems are essential in the defense of this hill towards the south side.
頭悪いスタート言ってたけど、打ち合いだけはそこそこ強いですよ。まあ、求めてるのがメインエアなんで、頭は欲しいですよね。頭悪いし、サチェタ。それも、ヒバジさんってことですか、それは。
Aqua has one job in that situation, and it is to not die. You see no trophies, though. It is incredibly problematic. If you get a trophy down in that spot, you are almost unkillable.
まあやる気あって成長できるなら誰、まあ正直誰でもいいですけど。
On the cheeky little spot he was trying to play in the back, and well, get that hard point control once again. And I would say this is a hill that is worth saving your trophies for, right? If you have one player on the map that just has it in the back pocket, he needs to make sure he gets it out on the hill. This is one that you can chain and
パリはもうファイヤーと赤の AR 陣が強いなマジで。だからどっちも M4 かこのマップなのに。
Ravens just have their work cut out for them yet. Seems across the board, not a single player really able to turn up and go crazy in the kills column. It's getting picked apart on a couple of these.
Oh, Scraps
is now trying to make a statement there in the kills column. Almost gets still in there. If he managed to maybe land a headshot in the drop. Matty Marshall sticking it to his old teammates. Classic getting involved as well. Paris starting to look very, very dangerous as the Legion advances. This hard point's basically been theirs from start to finish. The remaining 30 seconds, they will be a contest here. And well played by Aqua to take care of Zero, who was trying to hit the flank, trying to secure spawn. London, they are spawning way out. You see that far left-hand side of the map, that's where number 7-0 came from. And that's where they're going to respawn. Oh no. Number 1. Oh, Charts, explain what's happening.
こういうとこ難しいですよね。俺、アレックス好きやったのに負けて悲しかった。アレックスや MW めっちゃ強かったけど、なんか本作いまいちって感じで、まだこの試合しかないですけど、MW の時のアレックスはガチ強かったと思うんです。
This is where you need to take your time or just get the back spawns and play nice and aggressive. As soon as the Ravens start spawning out on the top left, they know that the bottom right is open. There's a lot of corners you have to be concerned about, but either way, Alex knows the deal, able to pick up one. Now Shawnee with the help on his teammate, 2 men inside the point. Classic wins that final gunfight, and that is the 1v1
アシストキルがないからアシストキルでどんな成績になってるか知らないけど、これでいったら0、13の21ってガチ先輩じゃん。まあ SMG でこの成績出されたらディラって今のキャラクターすごい。
Ravens managed to salvage some of this time. Aqua comes in for the quick and immediate dispatch there. Back over to underneath the plane we go. Scraps trying to clear out that top position again. We know how much of a power spot it can be. He goes 1v1.
いやこれファイヤーとアクが強いから SMG 次第じゃ結構いい感じに戦えると思うけどな。去年よりかは。
And it looks like he will be safer now. Again, Axe spawn right behind him. There's a potential there for disaster, but he manages to get across the map quite quickly. And now you've got multiple members of Paris Legion locking down the bottom side of the map. They're geared up for the next one as well. Very, very much in advance. But if they can hold this lane down, if they can hold this position chance, I mean, this is a decent chunk of time to be won.
いやもうカバーの取り合いが早いもん常にしこか。
Down for a substantial amount of time. Alex wins a nice one underneath the hill, but even look at the spawns, right? Like you just have number 4 fire. He spawns top left.
おいそれ確認すんか赤反応いい。
Ravens to their credit doing a great job of being very aware of every single situation that can occur, but it is difficult to manage.
これ8番あの位置平行空きしたんかな今。
And I'd say any early advantage on this new point will be towards the Ravens because Shawnee is nearby.
ER 負けた感すごいですよね、ロンドン。まあそうっすね。 ディランがいるからもう SMG はもう十分って感
All
じ
about
です
them
よ。
angles.
だからディランが逆にパリ行った時はいいパリ強かったと思うけど。
Right up there, and again, you're going to see London spawning out, but not too far away. They are going to funnel now straight on through this back alleyway.
ファイヤー、クルタミさんにしか見えないんだけど、俺は。
That green wall just beside the hard point. They cut that player down easily. It was fire. Now Scrap's trying to hit the flank. Slow these players down off spawn. It's going to be zero. First gets the kill nicely
リ
done.
ストを出して、でもこれでも並行脇するんだ。ああ、そっか。脇位置が空いてるからか。うわ、でもこの動き言ってほしいな。次のリスが、あれだから、そんな前ポーせなくなって、しかもリスポンだし、視点押されて。 結構鬱陶しいな、このスクラップの動き。潰れたけど、脇はそのまま取れてるから、パリが。そっか。右にずれとけて、左脇さえ開けとけば、リストは変わんないのか。あと地点次第か。
I don't see or hear any trophies, so that might be delicate for Aqua, but you see where they're landing those nades. They don't think he's going to be in this corner, but Shawnee sniffs him out, gets the kill, and they've saved the game for just a moment. But Shawnee by himself, the trophy, really his only friend.
Well, his friend's gone, and with that, he's all alone. A nice bit of a rebuttal there from Fire. Finds
さ
himself
あ
two
も
more,
う
and
ロ
that's
ンドンは地点に
it.
行
Two
くしかない
members
か
now
ら
of Paris
結
Legion in the
構
hard point.
雑にな
Final
っちゃ
10
った
seconds here for the win.
これはもう
Classic looking
GG
down
だ
the left flank. He gets picked up. There's an R1 opening. Alex finds himself two. Zero's there as well. 1 second remains. There's the quick contest. Fire will go down, and one will say it's 249. It's not over just yet. London have got the hard point for the next 20 seconds, give or take. But you have to contest perfectly. This is it. No more mistakes. Otherwise, we're going to a game 5. London can close it out here, but it's got to be absolutely perfect. Alex now atop plane control. We go back to the very center of the plane.
ディラン29の25って合わせてきて。リアルマックス。お、次アレックス。
They have to hold this hard point absolutely perfectly. And there's been a split spawn. Aqua's on the left-hand side. A pinch now developing. As Scraps gets in on the contest. The nades are there. They've had to leave the hard point for a brief moment. Still contesting this one. And it is as close as it could possibly come. There's the final bullets. Paris Legion just about pushed that player off the hard point. And with that chance, we've got a game 5.
Game 5 on the horizon, Miles. You asked for it, you get it. And I will say, Scraps making...
どうしよっかな。サーチあんま見ても面白くはないけど。あ、間違えた。けどマイナミどこもやってないから見てみるか。どんな動きしてるんだろう。
It might turn into a situation. I would be prepared for it.
I mean, look, I'm just excited to see Miami. This is one of the most fun maps in Cold War without a doubt. I mean, you're hitting them neon lights. This is a very, very large playing space as well. So let's see how we go. Bomb in the hand of Dylan. We're going to see London on offense first. Looks like a 3-man stack on the defense there for Paris Legion in on towards B.
攻めは海側2枚、センター1枚。でも、桃地が単独なんだ。しかもディラン持ってるし。
Very, very even spread
早いな。
from the London Royal Ravens. And Paris Legion are like, look, there may be 1 or 2 guys here. Let's just push it. Classics out on the hunt. Down by the lower side of the docks there. Has not spotted anyone just yet. And chance with a minute left on the clock.
ハリー早いな。
I'm getting Arklov peak vibes here, mate.
それだね、2人。そろそろディラン、ケツがやばいけど。あ、刺された。Oh my god.
Zero does get the trade on Aqua, so hey, the A site's open. Unfortunately, you don't have the bomb, and by the time you pick it up, you see the route Classic's going to. He's going to be up top. This might be the position that it is. There's kill number 2 for him. And maybe he gets shot in the back and cleaned up, or actually not.
Classic. But again, so far spread these players are. Oh, Classic gets himself 1 more. That's going to be 3. If you can kill Zero, I mean, that's it. It's going to be the ace. But at this point in time, Zero's in a lot of trouble. He does get the shots through, and it looks like Classic may have netted the ace in round 1.
I mean, that is genuinely, he didn't even need his teammates for that. It's nice, but driveway shoots away set up by the Ravens. You see, it seemed like Alex was responsible for the B push out, and it is unfortunate for him that his stuns and nades never gave him information, but either way, the bomb is down. There's 30 seconds left on the map, and no one's nearby.
さあ、パリはどんな攻め方するのか。
Well, let's see if we can see something different from Paris now on offense. Looks like a faster hit in towards B, but I mean, Ravens got the same idea.
これはよく日本のチームやってる攻め方。
A bit of trouble though. Nice name's going to push his play back. Dylan, wow, up over the
top.
Not a
ディラン、素晴らしいキャラコン。
given. He flies that scraps, gets himself another one, and just like that, it's now a 1 versus 3.
Straps on the receiving end of something I'm sure he witnessed Dylan do multiple times throughout the years. Dylan does not have fear in his heart. And honestly, for Fire, 1v3 would be wonderful if he could pull it off, but again, you're not even running towards.
まあ、マイナミ攻めきついよな。
I'm not saying I have great
圧倒
advice
的
for
防衛
how to
有利
push a
だ。
1v3 in this situation, but it is not looking like a spot where he's trying to put himself in a winning position. He's maybe just looking for an errant killer too, and well, Zero's going to spot him out. This is a good luck, have fun. Really nothing cooking for him as well.
Yeah. Look at the mini.
I do, like, what do we even talk about in these moments? Like, it's, again, not that it's easy for him to win this round in these sliders. There's a 1% chance to pull it off, but literally not even trying. Just running to the opposite corner of the map from the bomb.
Great game, how long it takes over to the beach for like time them for a foot race, man. It's taking their sweet time. It's a big old map. And again, trying to do that while being very conscious that Fire could pick up those shots on you from seemingly any angle. Miami's got people a little spooked. But here we go. It's going to be a headbutt.
早いな。めっちゃゴリゴリやん。ショルダーなんかせず。
Perhaps going to get the trophy down for a moment, but here comes the utility. Zero does get clean up from the back. Beautiful shots at range there.
裏見てるとこもしっかりクラシック抜いていく。
Dylan gets cut down as well. Nice bit of work. Classic finds himself one more. So it's going to be a very difficult situation for Alex now. And a 1 versus 4. Can't even get it done. Classic finds himself 3.
And they're just getting picked apart. And honestly, I don't even like the strats necessarily that are getting set up. Like, if you're going to bully out and send 3 players to top piano, you got to make something happen. But
海外じゃもうここいないのか。主流なんか。クリアリングすらせず走っていってる。
In my mind, if you want to go to like this B bomb site, just meet the players. Like, go out towards that outer docks heady. It's one of the best head glitches in the game. Meet the player at docks over towards garage. Like, you don't have to fly in and get yourself killed. And I don't even know if the Ravens players were sending nades over from top piano down the alley to potentially get information or slow them down, but offense apparently seeming to be a pretty big struggle for at least the Ravens. We'll see if Paris can make something happen as they're going for a more standard push towards B. A couple players around front side piano. They're getting the information. And even number 8, by the way, keeping the classic sort of spot contained. Of course, though, first one from Alex.
I mean, I was going to say, the position Aqua was in from the driveway, man. He must have seen all 3 of them come down.
まあ、ラッシュとかそんな攻め方は無理だろうな。
Kudos to the Ravens for surviving as
1 枚ずつやっぱ丁寧に削っていくしかねえか、この
Take the slow way back towards B, but gotta be said, Shawnee's also trying to make a move towards this one. He's now managed to reach the back alleyway. That's going to be Zero just at the front of the visitors center, crossing the street now. There's the shots from Aqua, from that's the top side of the hotel, top side of the large, like the balcony position, looking over. And again, he's just caught as enough of a distraction. Look at the minimap. The Ravens have taken the bait. They're pushing back over towards A, and they're gone too far. They've got, well, once the bomb goes down, they get themselves about 20 seconds to cross the map. They have another 20 seconds to win the gunfights and get the defuse. Here we go. You've got a budget.
And I will say, just to get this out of the way, in my mind, there's no way you lose this round if you get the bomb planted for the back. You have to screw up pretty massively. Nice corner coming in from Fire. He finds the first kill. 1v3 for 0.
1v3
Again, even just looking at Aqua's positioning, if things ever get dicey, he can just wrap back towards the docks heady, check bomb. It is as free as you can possibly get. 0 able to find one pick. He knows Fire's in the back, but again, just simply nothing you can do. So out-rotated in that regard. They got even on off underneath the balcony. And the most important thing is you still hurting the Ravens the most, where Classic just keeps pushing through.
Classic has been a non-stop nuisance. Here we go, Ravens.
9-2.
Yeah, the Ravens are having to commit hard to this one. 1, 2. Buckle my shoe. There's the third. Tags on the Fire, makes his way forward.
めっちゃゴリ押しだな。
It's going to catch Dylan in the street, London. They're playing their numbers. Here to the Paramore and potentially deal the damage to Alex. Checks the corner. Alex manages to scoop them both up.
Oh my God.
And finally, the Ravens managed to...
And Chew exactly from the Ravens. Just going for the bully strat. Just meet them at top piano. I have to imagine a ton of rounds on Miami are going to be decided on that fact, especially without the snipers, of just who wins that top piano fight. Of just who can get that little power position off the rip. Of course, though, Paris once again on the attack. Very similar setup, right?
これは今回は回収攻め
If anyone does, that's where Aqua is going to be posted up driveway to respond to. And Classic, he knows, because he's been the one punishing it, cannot give up this garage control. trophies out, he knows Dylan is nearby.
駐車場でアクション起こったから3番は裏早いな。
Dylan post up on site. He does have teammates to help him out, but again, through those little windows of the front seats of these vans, Classic could rip him. Damage already been dealt. Back and forth we go. How this work from Classic, trying to find the smallest of angles to work with it. Here comes the push from top bar. Top piano is about to get Liddy. It's going to be Scraps trying to make something happen here. Waiting for the nades. Trying to just find some information. Shawnee at the very back there of the alleyway. Now bringing his guns forward. Trying to find something. Scraps gets the first blood in the battle. 30 seconds remaining on the clock, and there's going to be Shawnee trying to get involved. Heavily tagged, brought down there by Fire. Wonderful work. Fire finds another one. Dylan can't quite get it done. It's all on a 1v3 situation. They're all over the bomb site. There is 20 seconds left. Zero is about to run into a world of hurt. They will get the bomb down relatively safely. The trophies are going to make this much, much harder. And Apple's going to be able to challenge this one. All they have to do is hold him back. 1v3 chance. It's nigh on impossible. See what Zero's got. Hello.
King. Yeah, I was going to say, like, there's almost nothing. Just gets hung their sweet age control of the from top here, and they're playing from a man down, and that is a 2v4 on site. The Ravens would have had to pull off after the first blood comes through. And obviously Zero going on that late flank. Not an easy spot to be in. Nice little 4-2 lead from Paris, who, well, now they've responded. They got Shawnee. He's watching the garage push out, so much fewer concerns about Classic finding his way through. But of course, without bullying out top piano, they are waiting to find a pick. We'll see if Paris overcommits.
There is potential for individual engagements all across the map at this point in time. I mean, this is where we really need a quad screen. Shawnee. Trying to find something. All he finds is the trophy systems. A slight engagement there. Dylan's had to retreat. Classic shots from downrange there, and Fire at the very, very back of the alleyway are making this difficult. A lot of angles covered here on the B site. Shawnee's approach is going to have to be clinical. Has to be a decisive win. Oh, it's a big shot from Scraps. He takes a lot of damage though, and here comes the play. London are committing. The angles once again though. The trades are there. Fire's going to get it. Now Zero's bringing himself all the way in from the side of South Beach, now towards the garage, and he's going to do what he can to get involved in this fight. He may get there a little bit late. Also Aqua now bringing the reinforcements up. Scraps versus Dylan now. Heavily tagged. Dylan on the trade. Oh, not a chance. Fire brings the Diamati now to the fight, and he's going to get that one. Final 10 seconds. Zero's got to hop the fence. Find 1, 2 kills. Maybe if he can, but that's a great round from Paris Legion chance. The angles were truly covered.
50-ish round, an 80-20 kind of thing. So Scraps putting in a little bit work. He only has 2 kills, but by God, Miles, he got 2 important.
It's so important, dude. They're the most, like, incredibly important kills. Ladies and gentlemen, it is finally time. What we many consider to be the main
Shots team coming against Hex as soon as he gets it back. This is the series, Miles, that it is worth risking the noise complaint for. I hope I wake up the neighbors.
Well, 45,000 people voted for this one. This was the matchup you all wanted to see. I mean, forget about Dashi being on this Optic Gaming squad last year for LA. I mean, the fact that TJ was on that squad as well. I mean, this is going to be a fun one. Personal or not, very, very excited to see how this one plays out. Garrison's up first. We're seeing Temp start to work his way around the map, finding a lot of kills across the board here. And again, so far, LA Thieves get themselves a nice bit of time. It's going to be Optic Chicago now trying to bounce back and get themselves on that point. As far as the minimap goes, the LA Thieves will be in the white arrows, Optic Chicago obviously in the green.
Dude, funnily enough, Kenny hasn't even really taken a gunfight yet. He's been hanging out, but there is a clean 4 down. The pinch from Envoy time perfectly. And this is big as well, because 18 seconds left. They're going to have to set up in rotation anew. You already see that Scump is making sure he takes care of top green, but this is good time to go, making sure that Optic is going to take the lead. And again, as long as they make sure they hold on to this next kill, they're going to be in a great spot. Because as we know, full 60 potential abounds.
There we go. Boy's trying to get out of dodge while he still can. Hardpoint straight in the hands of Optic Chicago. Boy, it feels good to say that. He's now trying to make the approach. Two of them making the way through mid. The spawn's in the favor of Optic for now. Formal's going to get a big win against Temp there. Kenny's there for the immediate trade out. Here comes the push from the Thieves, straight through the center of the map.
ちょっとあんまセットアップがうまくいってなかったような気がするけど。 さあ、これで削られて裏から3枚。さあ、これ視点が 1v3。さすがにこれは勝てない。で、リスは変わったかな。30秒ちょっと早かったかな、崩れるのは。
Bro, that was insanely impressive from the Thieves on that rotation. That was a 3-man unit rotating through bricks. We got Kenny chucking nades up top green to watch the back as they just fly on forward. That is as clean of a break as you could ever ask for. Making sure that their team can take the lead. They know what the deal is. Push all the way into the back of the map. We've seen quite a few teams, even today, they die in these moments and start to spawn out. Optic not making any mistakes. They get the setup that they want. Envoy, that front man, already getting a couple kills. And while you can see he's the bait for his teammate, Envoy's going to fall. Scump right there for the kills. And Envoy's got the timing right. He's right back off respawn.
We're seeing these kills come through. Dashy now trying to lock down side of Garage. We've got Envoy watching that back left-hand side. Here comes the push through tools. TJ's going to lead that charge. It's going to Dashy now to do what he can to slow these players down. In our first gets 110, will get the trade out. Scump's going to be there, and wonderful shots at range there with 74U from 10. But Slasher has managed to slip the net. How much damage can he honestly do though? As Dashy and Formal can't get anything going on the front end. Formal finds another big kill, and just like that, Optic Chicago, they're going to hold that point. The next 20 seconds is all theirs.
さあいいね、これでダクツ抜ける
Scump, by
か。
the way, on a 4 spree. Don't believe he died a single time on that hill and got 36 seconds while doing it. There's number 5 with a kill on Kenny. The Temp from the vents is going to be able to shut him down. Either way, kid, you asked for a better hill on the response. Again, they made sure to play it perfectly. Even when they were dying at correct times. Now, of course, on the break, trying to plug through vents. And look at the challenge. All 4 players at the exact same time. Lining up for Temp, though. He's able to take down 3. But even still, the break for the actual hill is good because Formal was able to get at least a little bit of time.
Temp's still trying to keep this run alive. Trophy's not going to help much. Scump's going to be there to pick up the kills. Now, we do have the hard point in the hands of the Thieves for now. Scump lining up. Slasher doing what he can from top green control. Formal in from behind. He's going to make that safe. And now the danger starts to evolve. The Thieves are in a world of hurt. Scump, Dashy, Formal picking up those kills. System gave up the most fight there. After that push, as Optic Chicago now over the 100-point mark. There's 20 seconds left on this hard point before we go over the boxes. And I will say, Optic Chicago have been all over rotations. They've been all over the kills. They've done a fantastic job. Individual plays coming through from the Thieves. We're still early on in this hard point.
And now you got the Thieves already. TJ, he is pushed out towards backlights. He is just looking for an errant kill. Because I think most teams are going to be happy with trying to force these back spawns. There's the kill he's looking for. Envoy wins the gunfight. And Chicago have actually a nice spread. But that is 3 down in favor of Optic, but the split spawn's coming in for Thieves. At least for Optic, Envoy, he seems aware. But TJ going on the wide flank is going to be able to pick up one. Envoy, though, quick on the reaction time, able to get the second kill. But basically, no time has come through on this hill. Neither team has been able to stabilize. Finally, Formal's able to post up, get some trophies around him. And Optic may be able to throw up a few more seconds on board. But Kenny shooting players in the back, the timing just perfect. Miles, this is a back-and-forth game already.
This is great. So far, so good, though. OG. OC. We're going to work on the naming. Hector, send me a DM. Let me know what you want me to call your boys. But they're looking good so far. 125 in climbing through the final 10 games. Formal still. Just picking up those final few moments. We love to see that. 17 and 11 for Formal right now. Kenny and TJ going to try to make their way forward. So up against Formal. Formal just losing that gunfight. Kenny was one more bullet there from the XM4 of Formal. And over the next hard point we go. Next rotation's underway. Temp's going to be the first player in the hard point. Seeing Dashy making a play now from lights. The rest of Optic also making their way forward. Scump with a 2-piece of kill feed. As Formal and Envoy, they're going to set themselves up for the next rotation as well. That's top control now, all there. Scump has got free reign to start hitting these hard points and start pushing these players back on spawn. Oh, it was a big shot from 30 seconds remaining. Optic Chicago, they are looking dominant on the second set.
And shout out Scump, by the way, the 3 kills he just picked up in the middle of the map absolutely gave the clearance for his teammates to actually push inside the hill. Formal job just to watch over top, keeping Dashy safe. A power position from this direction either way. Nade's not going to connect. The beams are there. 4 spree for him. 22 kills to his name. Texas is a different state for the young man. Formal looking fantastic so far as
Oh,
Optic.
that's it.
You talked about it being a back and forth game, at least early on. Really starting to run that
Honestly,
score up.
MF4
They have full control of new, and the difference between this time and last time is you got Dashi in the power position. There is no coordinated flanks to come in to break this hill. This is you have to get past Bruce as he's on a tear. 6 spree for him.
Are they going to be able to bring him down here? He slides across, he stays safe for now. Hardpoint still in the hands of Optic, and this is starting to get ugly. Actually, still on your screen, still holding down that 6 spree. He's going to take on anyone that makes their way up the top, but it looks like Thieves are going to try to break from down low. It looks like, again, 2 of them have managed to make their way forward. Scum picking up those kills. TJ now, he's trying to get involved. This is the view of the hard point, and meanwhile on the front lines, Formal's doing what he can. Slasher now gets involved, bringing the XM forward to the front lines. Dashi still on that spree. Will he find any more? Brutal, mighty keeps it going. It's 8 in a row. And my, look at that score. Thieves have had no answer whatsoever here in the second set.
Yeah, pretty Lord, Optic right now firing on all cylinders. Nice little map spread for new. I mean, again, we're just talking about even just on a purely rotational standpoint. Look at the setup they have. Dashi's the one that had to get this old time, so he's the farthest one away. And actually, I think Kenny just got the magic spawn in the back. I could have sworn it was blocked. Maybe I just blinked for too long. So the rotation battle, maybe Optic's doing a great job, but as far as lucky spawns go, the Thieves will take what they can get, cross that 100-point margin on the hill. And now Dashi, again, just on a 10 spree. Just get to see a little bit of magic, see how far he can run it up.
Casual 11. Dam's going to end it, but damn, it was not bad. DJ now on the point. He's now out this yet. Still going to try to hold this one down. The favorable spawns for now. That's going to see Optic now try to break this one from the front. It's going to be Envoy making the charge through. Temp TJ. They're going to hold the front line. Kenny goes down in tools, and now it falls down to the rest of the squad. They're going to thin out the numbers. See if Optic can find him here. They're not going to make too much of an effort to take care of this hard point. Eyes are still on the next one. Temp and Slasher now making their way forward. Envoy over towards the next hard point. Slasher, what are you going to be able to do? You're going to be able to clean this player out, but Envoy, big brain plays. You can still hold the hard point from that position. The tags are going to be there. Fantastic cover from Optic. Chance, this could be the last hard point we see as Envoy now soaks up the time.
Hey, that was clean kills from Envoy, too. He got the 2-piece while, like, falling down. Don't know how he pulled it off, but eventually gets shot in the side. Kenny on the flank, able to pick up a few. Still, though, just 12 seconds away, and this is going to be Optic's game. They got a player in vents. That Dashi they need to deal with. The rest of the pressure going to be coming through the front. Big gunfight inside the hill. 2 going to be picked up for Optic. 10th there for the trades, though. Not able to stabilize, but Optic, again, one big opening. They will be able to take this game.
Nope, got to make it happen, though. Still not able to get on the point. Finally, now we see Optic on the point. 10 seconds for the win. It's come from up high, clearing out these players. Kenny goes down. It's now 5 seconds for the win. It's going to be Envoy on the point while Scump just roams around the map and cuts away whoever it needs to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, Optic gaming are back. What a big win for Chicago. 250, 136. That's how you start off a series.
T2P. Oh, absolutely, dude. In T2P, just showing work. You got Formal for the best play. I think this is where he's beaming people off head glitches. They're the first. These are not easy from Formal. Hell of a way.
All right, point for them. Opportunity now to bounce back in the search and destroy. Mark. Scump went huge as well at 20 from Envoy and Dashi as well. Both of them pushing towards the 2-minute mark. Scump went huge as well at 18. Big work from them.
エンボイはしっかりサポートに回ってんな。T2P コンビ最強すぎ。
Nate shot.
Both ways, or actually he can because he's the one that is the trendsetter for the team. He was one of the first players I saw running engineer, making sure that his comms are on point of being like, hey, they got trophies on this hill. Minimap, and I understand what's going on. Like it's
圧倒的 T2P の最強か。
ここは
Optic, stay alive. People like even time their desk correctly and making sure they know these two teams have been fantastic. Moments in the search and destroy that made it interesting, but we do not necessarily want to see 3-0. Or if you're an Optic fan, screw it. Keep the gas on the pedal, take it to him, get that hot 3-0, and just take care of business.
Starting this one off hot. I'm going to start this one off with a listen in. Let's go to a quick Astra Gaming listen in with Optic Chicago.
Is it the back of the base? Alright, Zig. Alright, we got our Zig and then we got our Jim. He's Zig, 100% Zig.
Zig, it was Envoy, right?
Yeah, trying to help you.
I couldn't use jumping out.
Let's go there. Envoy's our sponsor, right? He could be pool stairs.
I'm challenging basketball.
Okay. I need L.
Getting under money.
さあ、エンボイ裏取り。ずっとここ、ほぼ少ないダメージ勝っていく。さあ、これはさすがにきつい。裏が取られると。さあ、エンボイ強い。さあ、今度は後ろで湧いてきたやつが警戒してるが。後ろに湧いたやつは。さあ、ここまでエンボイ生き残る。
Hey, look.
エンボイ9の0。
They're standing alright right now, but you know they're doing what they can.
Oh my god.
B. We saw one full tick come through by basketball. Envoy's now in your.
冷酷。
Envoy's giving you nothing but.
エンボイ。
That's
おー my god.
11 in a row. Envoy giving them the hands. Dem's got a 5 spree as well, so I mean this is getting real interesting.
Oh my
Look at
god.
the positions we're seeing Envoy in now, Chance man. He is just going to town on the thieves.
Bro, he's obliterating him. 11-0. He's calling out. I mean, again, I know we're listening to comments from the Thieves on that, and half of which was spent talking about where Envoy was on the map. Main is 11-0, manipulating the spawns, going on the flank, shooting people in the back. Just like the ratty playstyle. Just so annoying to deal with. Always going to be shooting the players in the back. Finally gets dealt with after one of the best starts, the best start we have seen this entire year. And because of that, you already see 6 life advantage right now from Optic. Shout out to Envoy for making it happen. Even if you see that A point gets captured, that's secure on B for the Thieves. Not going to be easy, as they're still just trying to effectively clear out their own base. Finally a little bit of clearance. They've got everyone trapped inside of basketball, but if you're down on lives, you need the objective.
TJ, the situation he's in right now. Great. For now, Dash is very, very close by. That stun lands. But he's just trying to find the opportunity to make the play. Scump's going to cut him down. And when he's in the air, Temp's trying to get pieces here. But no, it is not going to work out. Scump straight back to it. Gun Penny as well. 1 minute left on the clock. 2 respawns remaining for the Los Angeles Thieves. Optic have got 7. Once again, just cause damage. No one going to the remainder of the Thieves have made their way forward. B 取られた瞬間に多分2階から裏差しに行くんだろう。Temp wins a huge gunfight there against Paul. Does not want to take this fight against Dashi as well. LA Thieves, no lives left. It's still on the 3 of them to try to make the play here. Now it's down to Temp, and that's that. Chicago, they're going to take round 1.
Yeah, Envoy rounds.
And that was the dream situation. So I don't even know if you want to necessarily try to make your gameplay based off of what Envoy was just able to do. But just clinical stuff, man. I mean, this had to have been at the start. Kills on Art. He's spawning these players over towards Pool. And even towards the end, what we are seeing, when he's like playing in that corner over by Garage, he's going to be spawning them out over towards Ring. He's calling out to his teammates like, hey, I've got everything in the back. They're not going to come through anywhere. We need one person to watch mid-map. That can be picked up from Pool steps. Everyone else just needs to watch that full overextension. That's what Formal and Dasher were doing. Like, again, he's effectively the technician. He is telling his teammates exactly where they need to be at all times, just manipulating the map. Phenomenal work.
これはオプティックは B 攻めからさ、ケニーがファスブラ取って、これは張られてるけど勝てるか。あ、いいグレネード。おお、これ勝つケニー。強いよ。あれまたオプティックの VG になっちゃった。ホームで AR で10の11でめっちゃ接敵するじゃん。さあ、これはオプティックかなりチケット削られて厳しい状況。さあ、返して。ちょっと B 行きたいけど、でも相手の前は潰した。ここ人数揃って。で、裏から 100T は2枚。この6番が入られるか。エンボイも食われて、かなりオプティックがしんどい状況。
Got to try and make their way forward. Dashi continuing to find these kills. A little bit slower this round, I must admit. Still, nice kills. TJ with the trade there. 28 seconds chance. Clock is paused.
さあ、テンプの嫌な裏取り。
Two players in the back. Second one going to be lined up in front of him, nice and clean.
しっかり出てるし。
Exactly what Envoy was doing
残り
last
24
round,
秒。
just getting behind enemy lines, shooting these players in the back. TJ now has the opportunity to do the exact same thing. None of these arrows from Optic Gaming right now are going to be spread. Actually, Envoy, the player to make the reads, he's next level with it, the awareness on point, gets that kill. You got two buddies on A. That's going to be good enough for the objective. The issue, of course, for Optic, they have quite a bit of pressure over towards the left side of the map. But they still have to worry about players in their spawn. As you can see, Temp killing Formal in the back. It is a 7 life advantage right now for the Thieves. All about the objective for Optic. The move is in.
And one kill from Envoy basically gets them the point. Straight in we go.
ここから入るけど、おっとこれダッシュ空振り。
Catch anything from Kenny with the fancy footwork. Temp trying to make his way forward against Scump. Scump's a big win by Tree. Traded out though by TJ. Clock still ticking, 50 seconds remaining. Formal finds a nice 2-piece. Straight onto the point he goes. 2 respawns now left for Optic. Formal can't quite win the gunfight against the 3 of them, but that's Envoy now helping out. Again, straight back onto the point. Very, very difficult to remain alive in this situation. That's it. No lives left. Dashi's out of the action. It's 3 players now for Optic trying to make this work out. Can they manage to get the second kill? Envoy can't quite get it done all of himself.
これはやれず。さあ、ノーチケッツ。
There's the first.
さあ、でもしかしオプティックはもう
100
ティーも誰も。オーマイガー。やっぱこのポイントは乗った方が強いな。
And that is massive. That is a 7 life deficit turned into a win. You got Envoy in the back juggling the hard point, or the control point, excuse me, in those back spawns. Just trying to get that information to the team. The timing doesn't even work out. And so once that player falls, someone's got to make the big play. Straight beams from Formal, picks up 2 while laying down inside the hill. They had the extra bodies around. And that is a wonderful round to win. Again, they spent what? How much time getting flanked by Temp? Getting flanked by TJ as well, constantly getting shot in the back. Not a lot of map clearance. They take it with literally the final life. All about that objective in control, Miles.
One more round is all Optic need. And the sweep is complete. It'll be a 3-0, but they've still got a bit of work to do. Straight over towards A we go. Up high, the King. He strikes twice. There's a third there, but Kenny's going to finally get the kill. Dashi will pick him up. And oh boy, Optic looking aggressive here on the defense. They're going to drain A. With that, a small moment, a sigh of relief, if you will. Temp trying to find something through mid-map, but he's looking a little lost right now. Kenny making his way up through driveway. Backed up by TJ now as they try to take control of some of this area over by the A zone.
Yeah, all of middle map right now, though, going to be controlled by Optic. Players trying to come through Zig. Temp is able to pick up 1, and actually Temp able to pick up 2. So that is the clearance that they need. Dashi, last man alive. Kenny's able to take him down. That is going to be 3 players stacked up on A. Points secured, and a ton of time on the clock for the Thieves to try to get this B point. Minute and 58 seconds, and lives are tied for them to make this happen. You see the play. Everyone, except for 1 player, trying to push around the flank.
すごいな、エンボイ。毎回あいつのあの位置まで潜って沸かしてないからな。やっぱ乗られて負けるのがきついから多分。エンボイはひたすらこの動きなんだろうな。
He's trying to do what he can through mid, but
プール脇で正面から押されるのを嫌って。
until his teammates send them back to it.
でも入られたら。
Making their way forward. It comes down to Dashi now. A minute 25 on the clock, and what is it with Optic?
B から一番遠い列にかけてるんだよ。
TJ just dies for formals. What do they know that we don't?
偉いな、エンボイ。
Well, they know that they're holding effectively a 3v4. Envoy's only value on the map right now is he's just controlling where they spawn and making sure they have to go through that overextension. And that's what they keep doing, but they're just struggling to win these gunfights. Really, the last man up, trying to catch people off spawn, just gets hunted down by Dashi. Now they're finally starting to deal with Envoy on the bottom side of the map. But even in a 3v4, Thieves were having no success on the uptake. They are down 5 lives, have no progression on B, ring controlled by Scump. Finally, he gets taken down, but this is just so much map pressure that Optic has. The pace is finally slowed down just a bit, but again, you're down by 6. They're thinking about going on that full OE once again. You see Scump already on the map waiting for that. 2 players pushed up mid, and Envoy again being an absolute nuisance on the map.
Look at the movement right now from Optic. They've just got Thieves trapped at every corner. There's 20 seconds left. Thieves have got to make a play for it right now. This is it. Dashi's on a 5 spree. Envoy's about to finally find one from behind. It's the old punch shot. Tempo's down as well. Envoy slaying his way through him. TJ finally finds the kill. That's the final 10 seconds. This is it. No one in position to stop this one. Optic Chicago coming into the kickoff classic, coming into the 2021 season with a statement. That's a 3-0 over the LA Thieves.
Straight up bullying them for the hot 3-0 in control in this series. Clinical work, man. I mean, honestly, that control, a thing of beauty. Envoy putting in work, and keep in mind, there's a minute-long stretch where his only value is basically just controlling where the Thieves are spawning. The rest of Optic, Scump, Formal, and Dashi, fighting 3v4, granted from power positions, but just ridiculous stuff they're able to pull off. They're fighting all that time with a man down and still come away with a 5 life advantage. Nothing short of dominance on day 1.
Major news this year for watching half of the Rocker equation here, of course. Accuracy is so sick, man. He's such a good player. I think definitely there is a fantastic middle ground that just shows, you know, a solid player who adds a lot.
And really, I think what we've seen from just like the game, from Black Ops Cold War this year, is it's like XY accuracy is going to man. Like, I really can. I'm excited to watch the Rocker play. And of course, on the bottom of the screen where you got Toronto Ultra. Well, one of 2 teams that they just kept their entire roster together from last year. We've seen them win chips last year. We know they are capable of having success. It's just a matter of seeing exactly how they look on this new game with 4v4.
Yeah, it's very, very interesting to see how this squad looks in 4v4. But we'll get to them in a moment. But now, time to get into our first map of the North King, I think, in the kickoff classic. Who's gonna be king of the North?
We can do whatever we want.
We can, mate. Let's face it.
We can just say stuff. It's fine.
We can say whatever we want. I've got the beat button at the ready. I've got all sorts of stupid voices ready to rock and roll throughout the season. Strap yourself in, friends. It's going to be a lot of fun. But so far, so good. Toronto Ultra playing their way through. The first 15 seconds of hard point gone, but they're going to get themselves a little bit of that. And Kleenex, the Great Dane, already gets himself a kill off the rip. And so far, I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Oh, that was actually wonderful, too. You actually had 3 arrows. As soon as they took down that player over towards Brick, everyone just whipped around, did the 180. And went back towards the hill. So the spawn flipped from the Ultra already there. This is the setup that they want to have. A little bit more important for the moment than the actual setup. Accuracy, trying to work his way into the hill. He's going to love to do this sort of thing. Putting themselves in these power positions is actually going over towards where that A control point is. A little bit of clearance to potentially move out. That's playing up on the close corner. And they're just waiting for these kills to come in front of them. There's the first. Bands get traded out by Attach. The patient play is coming in. And of course, while that's going on, you actually see the spawns coming out right now from Minnesota Rocker. So again, just this clean and efficient work. Methods is trapped in the hill, taken down. Beautiful, beautiful job done to get through on P2.
Attached with 5 kills in a row there. He's sitting at 5 and 1. A nice way to get Tippity top of that one. He managed to find one. The Minnesota Rockets still making their way through this hard point time handedly. 30 seconds remaining. We are going to see another wind-up attack now from Toronto Ultra. We see them through the middle of the map, being slowed down. Major Maniac here. To make sure the approach is as slow as possible. Keep that hard point time ticking. Rocker. Can't walk away with this one very slowly, but again, you've got to see that middle of the map. That's where those purple arrows are. They're not going to let anyone from Rocker get across and try to sneak into the spawns for the next hard point.
You can see these guys not in a hurry. They will happily take their time to settle for the kill. Major Maniac though bites the dust. Accuracy joins them in the grave. And you can see not a lot of map control at all. A couple players pushed up mid, but this is a big opportunity for Toronto to start racking up some time. Zinni with the 2, and he's still got the cuts for the team. Accuracy finally able to drop him, but still 15 seconds gone by. Cammy's been hanging out on the hill with nothing to do. It looks like Minnesota Rocker trying to flood in through tools. Yep. And the flood begins. Attach gets the better of Kleenex for the time being. And I have no idea what just happened. Just an explosion, just a genuine explosion. Dust, explosion. And at the end of all of it, when the dust and the smoke has settled with all that stuff, Toronto Ultra come out on top. They're going to have to generate his hard point for now. Kleenex back in on it. Nice nade. Priest is coming in from behind, trying to pick up the pieces. Kleenex does go down in the 1v1 gunfight. And finds himself a 5 spree off stream as well. We'll see if we can't get these kills going. Ooh, number 6 not to be had. Bounce does drop there. Up next going to be Methods. Those players coming in from spawn. And Zinni on a bit of a tear right now. Gets himself 7 kills.
4 deaths at this point in time. We're about to flip, and already Major Maniac. We talk about those heads-up plays. Certainly playing for the team, already on the rotate, and he can actually contest from that position, but he is going to be sniffed out and spotted. Teammates will do what they can to avenge him for now. And
oh my god.
I think we're all praying to the wrong god. He's got something on up his sleeve. That was disgusting.
I mean, again, dude, he could do it all. Apparently, when I said he can use an AR or SMG, what I meant to say is he can just use an SMG as an AR. Is effectively the switch that he is going to make. But either way, this has just been strongholds by both teams on whatever hill they're able to get control of. Maybe a bit dicey with the beams. You see, he's on a 4 spree right now with a minute and a half in the hill. Talk about a man that's willing to do whatever he needs for the team. Yeah, Cammy potentially jumping up on this guy Tank, but with 15 seconds left on the hill, you actually see a couple spawn outs coming in. Toronto all over this map. And it's basically the fight for, well, not wanting to get spawn trapped in the back. That's exactly what happens at Toronto. They're going to have about 117 seconds on the clock for Minnesota. They might start running this score up quite a bit on this end.
Yeah, you're right. We saw Toronto have to flood one lane there to try to get out of spawn. We're seeing a bit of a split now. Bottom left-hand side of the map, that's where Toronto will be making their attack from now. Nades going through. Cammy lands a nice one there onto attach just to stop the clock for now. We'll see if we can't get a little bit more out of this one then. You see the rotation now going down for Toronto Ultra. Purple arrows on the minimap, trying to find an angle. Attach is in the right place at the right time. Cammy may have just seen a shadow there. Oh boy. Does he check the corner? No, he does not. Oh my
god.
Oh my, wow. Nearly. Oh boy. Still. The play is worked out, Sean. Now back shoes on the other foot.
Saあリスポンここで固定されて Obviously, the rest of Toronto won their gunfight, so I was concerned that this might have been the hill for Rocker to try to run that score up. Toronto, well, they do a very nice job of actually putting Rocker towards the back of the map, which, honestly, this hill, I would want to hear all of these coaches just break down whether they want the back spawns, when they want them, because obviously, if you have those in the final 10-15 seconds, you're running the risk of getting spawn trapped in the back and you can get punished. Of course, now to break out of this, Attach has worked his way through top green, through the middle of the map and start working on some of these flank kills or spawn kills. You've seen him feed Priest able to pick up 2. And Rocker, just like that, the presence from mid-map enough, back in control of the hill. As Attach right now, effectively keeping 3 players from Toronto at bay.
Not an easy thing to do. I mean, it's not spinning the play. He's really doing what he can and just finally finds the angle. And with that now, a tiny bit of space to work with. Flying Scotsman now on his way. Accuracy. Just manages to catch a little bit of a glance from him. So he knows where he's coming from for now. It's going to be a bit of a dance. Accuracy versus Cammy. Play is trying to happen through the middle of the map. Bance will have hardpoint control for now. Good work from Toronto. Again, it's only 15 seconds to work with, but it is on Cammy. That's where the real priority lies. Final 10 seconds for Bance is all good. He manages to get a bit of damage to the middle of the map. And Cammy wins his gunfight in the hardpoint. Toronto looking fantastic. And this is a wonderful way for them to bounce back. But they do have to deal with a pinch now.
さあゴリゴリに押してさあこれでリスポーンが完全に飛びましたね
But Cammy, he goes big. He picked up a 2-piece inside the hill. He's more aware than effectively having the full minimap could even tell you. And not just that for Cammy. He won 2 different one-on-ones. We saw it on accuracy early on, and then he got a second kill after that. So Cammy, by himself, effectively has just completely put the team on the map for this hill. And Bance, 7 spree for him. Potentially 8 and 9 going to be stacked up in front of him as Cammy, again, the menace inside the point, finally gets dropped. But phenomenal job done by these two. The duo on Toronto, again, they were down by 50 points, give or take on this hill. They are going to be close to tying it up. Off the back of the young Scots.
ウルトラなんかすごいスタッツ低いんだ。
A very, very solid hard point, but now we go back over towards generators. Already we've got Toronto in position for that as well. It's going to be Cammy once again leading the charge. Bance really doing the dirty work there in the kills department, 22 overall. Still on that 9 spree. Man hasn't gone down for a while. Better make it 10. Is the 11th there? Major Maniac from behind. Priester manages to spoil the party, but with that, we are going to see a tiny bit of space to work with now. Can Major Maniac survive this? I think those players just shot past him. No methods. Well done. Checks his corner. Doesn't let that get here comes the push from the front. Catch goes down. Or gets the kill rather as he makes his way through tools. Finally does go down. A double from Bance. Bance slaying his heart out right now. A chance for this point in time. Ultra with a solid lead. Now they're starting to really walk away with it.
試合が勝ててもやっぱりリストれないとしてみない。さあおっとこれはおっと無理やりなんとか。 さあでもこれもミネスタはやっぱ前ポーズついて次のセットがまたウルトラ側になっちゃう。ダメなんだなこういう前パタック。じゃあセットがおーっとこれチームキルか。バイスで合ってんのか読み方。強いな。
Yeah,
this is sweet. Over the 200-point mark we go. That's just unfortunate timing there, but Cammy is all good in the hood as he's going to find himself two. That's a lovely purple kill feed right now for Toronto Ultra. Attach straight into the hard point he goes, trying to keep this going for Minnesota. Oh, big win once again from Cammy. That was 5 in a row. Cammy on a bit of a tear now. And as you can see, Ultra, they're starting to close in on this one. Even with Rocker getting into the hard point for a brief few moments, it's the kills coming through. It's all about Toronto. The pace right now as Vance finds a couple more. Attach finally slows it down. But the hard point has not been profitable enough for either squad.
だいぶすごいことになってると思う。
Now this yet.
次のリスもあれだけど6番のアタッチがもうすでに前線高く挟んだからこれリス飛ぶぞ。
Meanwhile, Bance with 30. We've even seen moments for Cammy turning up, but apparently Bance, just the quiet main slayer for the team. Fairly tight game right now. 28 points between these two teams. In the hill first. Looks like Toronto's going to have the most control of the actual point. Minnesota spawning fairly far away. Not necessarily even the greatest side to come from. Yes, you get the power positions top cap, but frankly, Toronto on the hill, they just don't need a peek. They can hang out and wait. Rocker, they're going to be forced to go on this attack.
They got to do it. They got to do it now. Cammy's going to try to find Major Maniac. Oh, massive win at close range. XM4 there, and now 35 seconds remaining in the hard point. Rocker. Now, Toronto Ultra all spawning at the back. They're looking to punch right through this in a single go. And it's on accuracy to try to slow them down. Deal as much damage as he can. Any lives he takes with them are fantastic. Kleenex catches a couple on the transition. Now up over the top they go. Methods loses the 1v1 fight. Bance and Cammy and Kleenex all at the same time. Surprise! Can they take an attach now as well? Cammy finds one more, and this is a great push from Ultra. They managed to just get in the point. The final 10 seconds could well be theirs. Priest now in from behind finds himself a nice two-piece. And this is starting to get a bit spicy, Chance. We are getting towards the business end of this game. Back over the first hard point we go. And this could well and truly be the end.
Yeah, it's the setup on it right now. Methods is going to be in lights. Accuracy up top, and you see Cammy working on that flank through the vents. If he mantles up, he might make a little bit of noise, but might be able to make the play. Major Maniac, though, smart as he is, ready for that to come through. He gets taken down. Trades on the hill. Priesta can't get the cutoff because Bance is there. Bance getting every kill on the map, and that's Toronto on the point. 10 seconds and the game is there.
Major Maniac's going to go big. He has to land a couple of decent shots to get that player off it. It's going to be Kleenex. He's so surrounded by trophies. Nothing's getting over to him now. You're going to have to make the push, and accuracy's going to be one to lead the charge. He gets the trade. He does manage to get the kill, and now you've got Rocker in the hard point. Bance on the immediate contest. Attach will get the kill on him. It's 10 points for the win for Toronto. But for Rocker now, they're starting to pull this one back. Have to look towards the rotations. Toronto already in position for that one. Able to do a bit of damage if we can see the rotation come through. And this is it, Chance. It's basically 10 points.
さあ、ウルトラもネクのセットがしっかり組んでるけど、ちょっと1枚削られたのが厳しいな。これで1番のケミが飛んじゃったりする。さあ、イジュソタはこれワンウェーブで返さないといけないが。さあ、さすがに有利なのはウルトラ。
They hold the line, and it was a valiant effort. But oh boy, the battle for the North is already off to a great start.
Hey, Battle for the North is popping off, and speaking of that, dude, Bance just went crazy. That entire map. Like, I think...
俺のヘッドセットが壊れたじゃなくて、あっちか。だって普通の音楽 BGM 聞こえるもん。
Oh boy, 37 for Bance. I'm not sure.
6145ダメージ。やば。強いな。
That came through, but man, that's one of the kills going across the board. I mean, everyone was really pulling their weight there. Fantastic comeback towards the end there, but not quite enough to get it done. Brilliant rotation there from the Toronto Ultra.
ちょっと一回、交流戦までちょっとダラダラしよう。じゃあ、配信一回終わります。お疲れ様でした。よいしょ。